Here.
Fred Frank,
Here.
Scott Lights,
Here.
Chris Baran,
Here.
Suzanne Schaefer.
Here.
You have quorum, Madam Chair.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is the approval of the agenda. I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
So moved.
I'll support.
It's been moved and supported. Any further questions or discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, that we have approved the agenda. Just a reminder to the public to sign up for public comments. I believe the sign-up sheet is over by the door. Next item on the agenda is the approval of the RTAB minutes from September 27th, 2016. Are there any questions or discussion regarding the minutes? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the September 27th, 2016 RTAB draft minutes as presented.
So moved.
I'll support.
Been moved and supported. Any further questions or discussions? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the September 27th, 2016 RTAB minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, we have approved the minutes for September 27th, 2016 RTAB minutes. Moving on to old business, of which we have none, so we will go right to the new business. First item is resolution number 2017-1, a recommendation from the Deputy State Treasurer. And because of its content, I think I will take the opportunity to read that resolution into the record. It's recommending Resolution 2017-1, recommending termination of receivership. The draft resolution presented to the board today states, whereas subsection 22(3)(b) of Public Act 436 of 2012 empowered the governor to appoint a receivership transition advisory board in the city of Allen Park to monitor municipal affairs until the conclusion of receivership. And whereas by letter dated September 25th, 2014, the governor appointed a receivership transition advisory board in the city of Allen Park. And whereas significant financial and operational progress has been made by the city. And whereas it has been established to the satisfaction of the board that the causes of the city's financial emergency have been rectified in a sustainable fashion. And whereas for these and other reasons, the board has determined that it is appropriate to end receivership status in the city as defined in subsection 2Q of the Act. Now, therefore, it is resolved, the Allen Park Receivership Transition Advisory Board hereby recommends to the governor of the state of Michigan that the city's current receivership status be terminated. If this action is taken by the governor, this board will be dissolved and the city would successfully transition to complete local control. In witness whereof, the members of the Receivership Transition Advisory Board for the City of Allen Park have adopted this resolution. So that is the draft resolution before the board. Does the board have any questions or comments, questions of Mr. Dostine regarding the resolution? Any discussion? Okay, hearing no discussion, I will entertain a motion to approve, deny, or postpone the RTAB resolution 2017-1.
So move.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Any further discussion or questions? Hearing none. All those in favor of approving the RTAB Resolution 2017-1, which is a recommendation to the Deputy State Treasurer to end receivership, I say Deputy State Treasurer and/or Governor, to end receivership, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Hearing none, the board has approved the resolution recommending termination of receivership for the City of Allen Park. I guess at this point, we move on to public comment.
Madam Chair, we have two requests. The first one is the Honorable Mayor Bill Matakis.
Thank you, Mr. Dostine.
There you go. Oh, you had it. There you go.
There it is.
I had two sets of remarks, not knowing what was going to happen today. But these are the happy remarks. On behalf of our citizens, elected officials, and all of the city employees, we want to thank you for terminating your supervision of the city of Allen Park. I do want to thank you for the consideration and thoughtfulness that you've given to the supervision of our affairs. I have been reading RTAB minutes on many occasions, and I'm glad I have seen the committee that the state appointed for Allen Park. You've been thoughtful, you've been helpful, and we very much appreciate it. And I would like to thank particularly Ms. Baran and Mr. Frank, citizens from Allen Park, who I'm certain have heard from us on various times, more often than the rest of you, with our thoughts about what you should be doing. But thank you both for everything you've done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, the next request comes from Mr. Ray McGusson.
Ray McGusson, concerned citizen of Allen Park. I myself want to thank you all. I know some of us probably were a little rough on you sometimes, but that's just how we are. I want to thank you for all your volunteerism. I know you guys volunteered. You don't get paid. Some of you guys don't get paid for this, but you know what? You did an excellent job. I want to also thank the governor for allowing to give control back to our city. And hopefully, and I know we will, with the people that we have in place, we will move forward. And our citizens will thank us all. And I want to thank you again. But like I've always done in the past, and I will always do it, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And with that, Happy New Year. Thank you very much. Now, good luck to all your other endeavors. Thank you very, very much, and have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Chair, that concludes requests for public comments.
Okay, thank you. We will move on to board comments. Mr.
You want to
Rowland.
start at the end?
We'll start
Okay.
at the end because I'm
Okay.
sure everyone has a comment.
First of all, I think this is a really great day for the city of Allen Park and its residents. And I want to thank the residents for their foresight in selecting elected officials that knew what to do. I was on the original review committee here, and it was real tough. And the frustration, both of council members and the residents that came out, and the inability to get things done over things, they're just so frustrated with what happened and that put you in this condition. One thing I will say, I'm sorry that the powers that be did not prosecute further those people that caused this heartache for the residents here. But besides thanking the residents for who they elected, in this case, one of the tasks of elected officials is to make sure things run properly. And this group has done a wonderful job in selecting the staff people to make this happen, to work with Treasury, and to make this day possible. Because I knew this was a good community, and the care of residents in terms of the changes that had to be made and allow the council to do that did happen. And that's why it's very exciting for me to see this come back to the residents, because this is the way the process is supposed to work. And it did work because everyone cared to make it work and to make those changes. So I thank the staff, the Treasury staff that worked on this, but primarily the residents who selected the right people in terms of making this happen, and that those people in elected office selected, I think, critical staff people to make this happen. Those that are here now and those that helped during the transition as well. Thank you.
Mr. Frank.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve my city and state. as all of you, I think, know, I'm a resident here in the city of Allen Park. I don't think anybody was too rough on us. May not have always been happy, but I think that the city has made great progress. I believe it's been an honor for me to serve with the fellow board members on this Receivership Transition Advisory Board. I want to thank the mayor for nominating me and the governor for appointing me to this board. The citizens have elected, as my predecessor speaker said, a wonderful group of elected officials who are moving forward. I want to also thank the staff of both the city and Treasury for helping make the job of those of us who sit here easier, keeping us moving along, and helping us to help move this city back into a great place. It's a great city. If I didn't think so, I wouldn't live here. So again, I want to thank the people, all of the people in the city and those who work for the city.
Thank you. Mr. Lights?
I don't need to be redundant with my two esteemed colleagues have said, but there are four people I'd like to particularly compliment. One is the mayor. Secondly, and frankly, most importantly, is the city manager. Has been really all over the affairs of the city. He's done a great job, in my opinion. Very thoroughly prepared. The city's obviously in very good hands. And I want to thank Mr. Klein and Mr. Dustin, who were very informative. If I ever had any questions about events that were coming up, they were very responsive. It's been my pleasure to assist in the turnaround to the extent that we had, that this board has, with the city of Allen Park, and it's been my pleasure to work with you people.
Thank you. Ms. Moran?
It's been said, but I'm incredibly proud of where we are as a city right now. And I want to, in particular, thank the employees of the city, because they've witnessed it all, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So again, thanks to the governor and the state staff for seeing us through this process. My fellow board members, and again, I'm going to just a shout out to Mark Kibbe and Bob Katie and the elected officials here who made some unpopular decisions at times, but I feel so comfortable and sleep well knowing the direction of the city and where it's going. So thanks.
Thank you. One of the dangers of going last is I can't say anything any better than what my colleagues have already said. So, but I do want to echo their remarks. I think the city is in a very, very good position. I think leadership is very stable and making very sound decisions. I do applaud the city manager, Mark Kibbe, and the finance director, Bob Katie back there, and certainly the mayor and all the other elected officials. You've done an excellent job in my 2 years of working with you. I want to thank my fellow board members. They've been here through thick and thin with me, and I really appreciate that and your thoughtful decision-making as member of the board. I also want to point out kind of more of an administrative thing. Just to let everybody know what the next steps are. We will take the approved resolution back to Treasury, and we will submit that to the governor. But understand, receivership does not end until the governor signs that final document. So this is the important step. We will get it to the governor post haste, and you know, I think for the most part it should be, you know, his response should be forthcoming very shortly. So I just wanted to let you know what the next steps were. But in closing, for me, I've enjoyed coming to Allen Park, even though there's probably days that it didn't seem like it. But it's a great city. I've enjoyed getting to know the city a little bit more. And after that, I'm making my staff take me to Angelina's. So, so thank you very much. And I believe that's it. So I will
Motion to adjourn?
motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.